You've said before, I think it's time we need a third party, to rise up. You're seeing RFK. I don't know if you saw him yesterday on that town hall that he did. Did you get a chance to see some of the things he said? Let me tell you, if you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. The answers he gave on drug addiction. And he says, I remember when my father died, I dealt with drug addiction for 14 years, and I've lost family members, brothers, this, that. And then the way he addressed Trump, he says, what do you think about the fact that many Republicans and Trump are supporting? He says, listen, I love the fact that I'm getting respect from people like that. I'm not trying to bash Biden. I'm not trying to bash Trump. I'm just talking about ideas. Then she talked about fentanyl. Then she talked about vaccine. One of the doctors got up and challenged him. And then she says at the end, so, what do you think about the fact that your own family members have said this about you? Your own family members have said this about you. And then RFK calmly turns around and says, well, let me ask you this. Do you mean to tell me everybody in your family agrees with you? She says, no, you got me there. So in every way, he crushed it yesterday on this town hall. He showed a lot of poise, and he's creating a lot of momentum with Musk, with Rogan, with people from the right or the left, and some people that are not Trump fans, but they're Republicans, some people that are not Biden fans, but they're Democrats, and he's created a lot of momentum for himself. Do you think we're at a point right now where and RFK actually has a chance? Well, he'll be forced to run as an independent because there's no way they're going to let him be on the stage standing next to Biden debating. We all know that's not going to be taking place. But if he runs as a third party, do you think RFK will just end up being a Ross Perot 2.0, or do you think he actually stands a chance to create real momentum and real change?
Well, RFK Jr. has an attribute that Trump possesses. It's called authenticity. When you listen to him and you talk to him, and I have, it's very clear. He's telling you exactly what he thinks.
Yeah. In my humble opinion on that specific question, does he legitimately have a chance as an independent? No. I think he would absolutely destroy the left, though. I don't think enough Republicans would not vote for Uncle Trump and vote for him to destroy Uncle Trump, but I do think there are plenty of people on the left that would say, F Joe, I'm voting for RFK Jr. simply because of the D next to his name. Republicans typically aren't that way. We see people for who they actually are and not just the letter next to their name. And I think if and I've said this plenty of times, as a matter of fact, I said it today earlier, a Trump president and RFK vice president would be an unbeatable ticket. It would be a landslide. I think the biggest margin of victory, I want to say, was like 19 million votes. Don't quote me on that. It's somewhere between like mid-20s and high teens. I believe it was somewhere in there. Is the largest margin of victory in a presidential election. I think that RFK Jr. and Uncle Trump would come very close, if not surpass that margin of victory versus Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. That's how strong I think that ticket really is. Now, if you reverse the roles and had RFK as president and Trump as vice, I don't think it does as well. I think it does well, but I don't think it does as well. I think Trump has to be the head and RFK Jr. the vice because, like I said, I don't think enough Republicans would vote for RFK Jr. And rightfully so. There's some things with the Second Amendment with RFK Jr. that I don't like. He said if he was presented a bill to take away weapons, he would sign it. Now, he said he wouldn't push for it, but he said if presented a bill, he would sign it. Now, that's concerning to me. I believe in the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment protects all of our other rights and freedoms. So that's a little concerning, but everything else about him is fantastic. It's great, right? He's got the policy down. He knows how to speak. Granted, his voice isn't the greatest. His voice is honestly terrible, if we're just being completely honest. Okay, now that's not his own fault, right? That's just the way that it is. I forgot what he said that he has or what the situation was with his voice. But policy-wise, I think he'll be great, minus the Second Amendment situation, which he wouldn't be president anyway, so it wouldn't come down to him it will be Uncle Trump, and we know Uncle Trump ain't signing no bill like that. So we're good there. Plus, he's got the reasoning to get stuff done. His family. Obviously. And Uncle Trump has every reason to get stuff done because he's been attacked since day one. So I do think with them at the helm, with them steering the ship, there will be a drastic change in this nation for the good. I think so much so that there's no way we will ever head, well, it will be a very long time before we head back in the wrong direction, before the powers that be ever try to pull this crap that they're pulling right now ever again. That's how drastic of a change that I think there will be in this nation, and it will be for the good. And yes, there will be some leftists that will cry, that will scream, because the leftist media is gonna blah blah, they're gonna yell and scream. But as soon as the policies start kicking in, and people's pockets start getting a little bit fatter, the prices of the goods start coming down a little bit. All right, them wages start to level out. The prices of homes start to come down, so people are able to start their families and actually build their American dreams and, do what they've always dreamed of doing. Then the media will have no choice. The people will start to speak. Oh, this is what life could be. Right? And then I think it will be undeniable that, there will be a major shift in this nation. And I truly believe that. Call me a crazy nut, lunatic, whatever you want to say. I get it. Whatever. But I think those two guys will knock it out of the park. In the park, what you call it, a grand slam, where bases are loaded and you hit it out the park. Grand slam. Touchdown on the opening drive. That's the way that I see it, but y'all can let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. Let's continue.
That carries enormous weight with the American people.
Facts.
Ideally, I would like to see those two gentlemen get together and form a third party. I think it's time.
I don't think a third party would. I think they should run Trump president, RFK Jr. vice, right? Republican on the Republican ticket. And then once they're in presidency, then introduce or maybe about halfway through, then introduce the idea of a third party, kind of thing. Once you've got all the policies straight, put in place, right? Because you want to get your stuff passed. You don't want the establishment to come try to block you because they see you trying to wash them out completely from the jump. I think there has to be strategy involved. And I think that strategy would include telling people about a third party halfway through the presidency, in my humble opinion. But what do y'all think? Let me know. I don't think them launching a third party campaign would win right now. I think it would come close because that's how bad Joe Biden and this administration is. But if they switch to somebody else other than Joe and Kamala, if they go Gavin, Michelle, or something like that, then I think they lose as a third party, in my humble opinion. But y'all let me know how y'all feeling. I could be wrong. I think
it could be done. You got to get on the ballot, but that's not an insurmountable obstacle.
Former President Donald Trump in Iowa this afternoon, focusing again on his closest challenger.
He's got no personality. You probably found that out because his polls are crashing. He would be a catastrophe for the farmers.
Trump leads Florida Governor Ron DeSantis by more than 40 points in the latest Fox News poll. DeSantis maintains his deliberate approach will pay off once Republicans begin voting.
So yeah, y'all let me know your thoughts and your opinions on all of this. There was a recent poll that came out that was polling swing states, and it had Trump up by 7 points. And we all know RFK is the second leader on the Democratic side. So when you have someone who is leading Republicans, by a country mile, it's not even close. And then you have somebody who's number two on the Democrat side, I think that's unstoppable. I legitimately think that they can't be beat. It's just cooked. It's cooked. yeah, let me know your thoughts and your opinions. If you feel the same way, if you think that's a fantastic ticket, or you think Vivek would be better. I don't think so, for the reasons I explained earlier. And I think we'd see dramatic change. Dramatic change. I mean, it'll be crazy change for the good. But as always, I leave it to you. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.